Well, yeah, I went in and got one of those IgE tests. I had no idea that my body was on overdrive. It's like it had its own drama department, I tell you. So why don't you go ahead and grab a seat? Don't eat any food that looks suspicious, and let's get on into it. So what I wanted to go over today was an IgE test. A lot of people have asked me what it is that they use to test if you have alpha-gal. An IgE test is the test that it's an immune test. Almost, it's an allergy panel. Basically, it tests for allergies, pollen, pet dander, dust mite, you name it. And so let's go over that. Okay, so I did get lots of notes because I didn't want to willy-nilly this. I think it's best to remember at every beginning of every video that I make, I need to stress I am not a healthcare provider. I am just an alpha gal. Welcome to the community. So let's go over this IgE test. It measures the amount of the hemoglobin E antibodies in your blood. The IgE is an antibody produced by your immune system when it mistakes identifies a harmless substance like pollen, pet dander, and food as a threat. It helps doctors diagnose all allergies, your immune system disorder. It also checks for parasitic infections. So that's kind of sounds big, doesn't it? There are two types of the IgE test. So there is a total one that does a total panel, would be a full total blood panel, and another one would be Pacific. That's a hard word for me. Whether it would be like peanuts or any of the other ones that are just one specific allergen. So we went over that. Y'all hear that? Oh! Lunchtime. So it's noon here. We have the sirens that go off at noon every day. So we did go over the two different panels that they use, a total or Pacific. When you go to the doctor and you got a tummy flare up, I always say tummy because when you have, you go and you have watery eyes and itchy watery eyes and just all congested up here, they just automatically assume that you're allergic to pollen. But they never think about, well, what did you just eat 4 hours ago? They don't test, you know what I'm saying? It's like they don't test for that. They just don't think of that. I guess doctors are, I don't know how they're trained, but it seems like they're just focusing on one thing, just one thing only. They never think of all as the total picture, you know what I'm saying? That would take too much time. They've got to see another patient in 10 minutes. So they're not going to be your advocate, I guess. So you have to be your own advocate. If your doctor is refusing to give you an IgE panel because you have tummy problems, and they want to take out your gallbladder, or they're thinking, well, with women is it premenopause or postmenopause, or I don't know how these doctors be thinking. So be your own advocate. If they will not give you an IgE panel, find another doctor. It's just that simple. Your doctor works for you. You don't work for your doctor. You know what I'm saying? I have said this in numerous other videos that when you give somebody money, they are working for you. So whether you pay your insurance or your copay, you are paying that doctor. My goodness, health insurance is crazy. So you do you make sure, because the doctor's not going to do it. And if they do you, they ain't going to kiss you first. So make sure you're your own advocate, if you know what I mean. They also use the IgE test. So instead of like the skin pricks where they do the allergy test and it's skin pricks, if that's too dangerous because of the allergens in your body and they're trying to find which are, they'll do a blood panel. They'll do the IgE blood panel. And it's so important. It changed my life, y'all. It really did. Remember that when, or if you think you have alpha-gal, stress elevates your IgE levels. I mean, through the roof, y'all, through the roof. So if you're like under a lot of stress and your tummy starts to hurt or your eyes are watering, but you're not outside, you know what I'm saying? It's alpha-gal's like a histamine allergy. I guess all allergies might be a histamine allergy. I don't know. Once again, I'm not a healthcare provider. But I've noticed with me that when my stress levels, my histamine levels get real high. Excuse me. When my histamine levels get real high, I blow up like a blowfish. And it just tells me that my histamine levels are high. And you can get, make sure, I'm not subscribing medicine, believe me, I wouldn't do that, but I'm just telling you what works for me. So I do histamine blockers, and I get the vials from Amazon, as well as the Benadryl. My Benadryl comes in a big, huge bottle, y'all. And I also get that from Walmart. Just make sure you punch in vegan Benadryl to make sure you get the right one. Also, children's Zyrtec. I take that at night if I'm having like a real bad flare-up. And also, another good thing is to remember is water. Drink lots and lots of water. If you're alpha-gal or you think you're alpha-gal, drink lots of water because it'll help flush out the allergens in your system. I, for one, do not like water. I've never really been a big water. It was always coffee and Diet Dr. Pepper. Tell ya. I do look like a blowfish, y'all. my histamine levels must be up. I am outside. I thought, you know, it was such a pretty day, we would spend it outside today. But I did want to, you know, share with y'all, when you go to the doctor and you ask for a test, you know, an allergy test, it's actually called an IgE. And it's an allergy test, so, and tell them you want a total. I hear some people, you know, I saw some people on one of the support groups that I go to or belong to that, people are actually requesting the IgE test from like QS Diagnostics, or can you imagine finding one of those on Amazon? That's kind of scary. But it makes me wonder, well, who's drawing their blood? You need a whole vial to do like a total IgE panel. Ew. I mean, I don't know. I don't even want to go there. I don't even want to think about it because that kind of makes me go, like, I'm itching. Guess I need to quit scratching. I also wonder too is, I don't mean to like get off subject, but I'm really curious about this. So being a community and a support group is what we're trying to build here on this channel. Just kind of let me know, is anybody else in your family or in your household affected with alpha-gal? I was diagnosed in January of 2024 as alpha-gal. It was wonderful to finally have a diagnosis. It wasn't what I wanted, but hey, at least I had a diagnosis that I can kind of help control that. 12:05 train going through the city. My husband was diagnosed with alpha-gal in March of 2024, so just a few months after I did. And he He's like, you went and had what test done? And I said, that IgE, it's an alpha-gal test. And he's like, well, you know, I haven't been feeling too good either, and maybe I need to go and get one done. So he went and got his done, and he didn't get the answer he wanted either. But it makes me wonder, I was talking to my friend Susie yesterday, and we were talking like you hear about multiple people in the same household. Why are they all coming down with this alpha-gal if it's not contagious? I don't think it's contagious, y'all. I don't. But it's hard to believe that you have so many Lone Star ticks that are infected that it's hitting whole households. So, yeah. You know, it makes me wonder. I wish I would have known about permethrin yard spray back in 23 or 24. You know, when I first came out here and was clearing my land, I actually think I'd had alpha-gal in Denver. My doctor thinks I had it in Denver as well. Because, you know, I saw a gastrologist. Well, that's another story. But anyway, I'm going off tracks. We just wanted to talk about the IgE on this video. So if you have any comments, any questions, you know, put them down below. Let's kind of help each other. I'm trying to build a community, a support community. If you're going to be mean and nasty, this is not the place to be. We don't do ugly here, y'all. So we have enough going on in our lives and not feeling good. We want to feel good. We all want to feel better. So let's help each other do that. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to try dropping a video Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Happy Monday. Happy Memorial Day, y'all. I think on Wednesday I want to do a cooking video. I haven't, like, chosen a recipe yet, but it kind of helps, you know. It's hard enough. You know, I tell you, if someone else wants to say, would you like a piece of chicken? Just aggravates me. You know, when I go into remission, I'm not going to have another chicken for a year, tell you. I am so chickened out, it's unbelievable. So maybe we won't do chicken. Maybe we'll do fish or something. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I'm going off the track. So join us on the next one, and let's see what we can get cooked up in an alpha-gal kitchen. And I'll share my kitchen with you and some of the things that we use and the products that we use. We'd love to have you join us for dinner Wednesday night. So have a wonderful day, everyone. Happy Memorial Day. Stay safe. Stay beautiful. Drink your water, y'all. Drink all the water you can. Don't drown yourself, though. I hear that's a possibility. Have a good day. I'm looking forward to reading all the comments and how other people can read your comments, and we could all kind of comment together. Have a wonderful day. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you Wednesday night for dinner. Have a good day.